With the current low stock and high prices situation for gaming PCs and graphics cards, more and more people are looking into other alternatives to start gaming without breaking the bank. One of those alternatives is getting a gaming console, especially an Xbox Series S due to its low price. But can you really use an Xbox as a decent gaming PC alternative? How well does it work with a keyboard and mouse? And can you actually do some real-life productivity work browsing the web or using Microsoft Office like you would on a real PC? Get ready, because today we're taking a look at how well an Xbox performs as a gaming PC replacement.
Super players.
Most people don't know that Xbox hardware features native keyboard and mouse support, providing increased precision and a broader range of inputs over the standard Xbox controller. Playing with a keyboard and mouse is so superior to playing with a controller that competitive games that allow crossplay between PCs and consoles often provide specific matchmaking playlists to separate both types of players. To start using your keyboard and mouse, simply connect them to any of the USB ports on the console. Both front and back ports will work. You can also use a wireless keyboard and mouse by connecting the dongle to the Xbox itself, and Razer even created an official Xbox keyboard and mouse named Razer Turret that's specifically designed for Xbox. Although really high quality and feature-packed for both Xbox and PC, it can be as expensive as the console itself. You can navigate the Xbox operating system by using the keyboard, and the Windows key will work as the guide button on the controller. However, you won't be able to use your mouse to navigate the menus. It's really not a big deal since all of the menus were designed to work with button inputs in the first place. And when you're inside a game or an app that has mouse support, you can use your mouse as needed. Also, Xbox is the most compatible console with gaming monitors, as it supports resolutions from 1080p all the way up to 4K, including the popular 1440p option that most gaming monitors have, which, by the way, the PS5 does not. Another very important aspect to know is that both Xbox Series S and Xbox Series X support 120 frames per second games for the smoothest gaming experience. Also, more than 90 games support 120 frames per second on Xbox, while PS5 only supports around 20 games, making Xbox the best alternative platform for competitive multiplayer gaming besides a gaming PC. You can also use most headsets made for PC gaming, as long as they have an audio jack connection. Unfortunately, if you currently own a headset that uses a USB connection or a USB dongle, it will not work on Xbox, unless it has the Designed for Xbox branding. So yeah, on the hardware side of things, it is not hard at all to find a cheap keyboard and mouse combo that will work with this console. And gaming monitors, generally speaking, work better on Xbox. Yes, Xbox works fine with a keyboard and mouse, works with most monitors too, and almost all headsets are compatible. But what about the software? Well, some of the biggest games on Xbox actually support this type of gaming. Games like Fortnite have full keyboard and mouse support, even in the menus, making the whole experience feel indistinguishable to a gaming PC. You can adjust your sensitivity settings and create your own bindings too, just as you would be able to on a PC. And since both Series S and Series X can run this game at 120 frames per second, the gameplay will be just as smooth. The list of games that support keyboard and mouse include big titles like Call of Duty games, Gears 5, Halo Infinite, and even Minecraft with text chat support and everything. And strategy games like Gears Tactics and flight sims like Flight Simulator also work beautifully on Xbox with keyboard and mouse. However, although the list of over 90 games is nothing to be ashamed of, it still has some space to grow, with some big titles missing like Apex, Overwatch, and Rainbow Six Siege. Also, don't trust devices that state having the ability to make every game keyboard and mouse compatible. These devices are not officially supported, and since they can give an unfair advantage to a player using it, it's basically considered a form of cheating, thus making you eligible for a permanent ban. So no, don't use those. So if you're planning on gaming with a keyboard and mouse, check the complete list to see if your favorite games are supported, and then make the jump. Having in mind, of course, that a controller is always an option. Productivity. Yes, we know a bunch of games work great on Xbox using PC peripherals, but what if you need to do some real work? If you're considering having a gaming console as a PC replacement, it has to be able to do PC stuff, right? Let's say you need to do some homework. You can't do it on an Xbox, right? Well, you may actually be surprised. Xbox has an Edge browser built in with full keyboard and mouse support, and this changes everything. It means that you can Google stuff, research topics, and of course check your email. If your email provider has a web page, like most of them do, you can easily read and write emails directly from your Xbox. But not only that, since the full suite of Office 365 apps can also be used through a web browser, you can use all-time favorite apps like Word to make documents, Excel for spreadsheets, and PowerPoint for your presentations. You can view documents or send them as an attachment as you would be able to on a PC. So in that aspect, Xbox has you covered. And if you're more inclined to use Google, yes, those web apps will also work here. Even more interesting, did you know that you can connect a compatible webcam and have a video call on your Xbox? Yes, you definitely can. You can use web apps like Teams for video conference and even Discord voice chat mostly without any problem as long as you keep the tab open. Final conclusions. So, can you actually use an Xbox console as a gaming PC replacement? Well, yes, but actually no. Yes, because in a world where just the GPU costs more than one console, or in some cases, more than a few of them together, Xbox consoles are a really good value proposition. And that's just taking into consideration the graphics card. We're not even mentioning the other stuff that you have to buy besides the GPU. We are talking about the motherboard, CPU, RAM, case, power supply, keyboard and mouse, and all the things that a computer needs to actually work. That's precisely why the price tag of a budget gaming PC starts around $1,000, and then the sky's the limit. A gaming PC capable of 4K gaming will cost you anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000. If you do the math, you can buy more than 10 Xbox Series S or 6 Xbox Series X for $3,000. Even better, unlike a PS5, you can, right now, actually buy an Xbox at MSRP price. So yeah, $300 for a 120 frames per second gaming machine with Game Pass is really an excellent deal in today's market, and definitely the best option if you're mainly using it for gaming. No questions about it. However, if you need a PC to do some serious work like video editing, music production, or 3D modeling, Xbox simply won't make the cut. That's because most professional workflows still depend on more traditional operating systems like Windows, Linux, or Mac OS. And yes, you can still get around some workflows using web-based tools like Visual Studio Code for programming, but even that may be a stretch for professional work. So, to wrap it up, it just depends. If you're a power user of some app that doesn't have a web version, Xbox won't replace your PC anytime soon. However, if you mostly use your PC for gaming and only sometimes need to have some light productivity work going on, like doing some homework, checking your email, or working documents on Office or Google Docs, you may actually be able to buy a gaming console instead of a gaming PC, and still get all of that functionality that you need. So there you have it. Would an Xbox be able to replace your computer? What's the main use you have for a PC? Let us know in the comments down below, and we'll see you again in our next video.
Super Players.